Are you thinking about starting a tabletop stream in 2021? Well, let me tell you how. I've been running tabletop games for roughly about 5 years now, on a professional scale. And recently, since January of 2020, I have gone full time, making this my career. And even more recently, within the past few months or so, I've been getting a lot of inquiries about how to set up your live stream to look somewhat like mine, how to set up your microphone so you get that nice, crisp little essence to it, and even how to give yourself a little bit of distortion in your voice in order to emphasize the different characters that you want to project. And instead of answering every single individual independently who's asking me these questions, I thought it'd be much easier to go ahead and make a short YouTube series about how to make all of this. So, that is what we're going to be doing today. If you are, like me, somebody who loves role playing, loves playing tabletop games, and wants to potentially make a career out of it, then I'm going to show you the three best avenues in order to ensure that you can be successful. And I have already done so much research into this that I feel like I can call myself somewhat of an expert in quality, at least. So, if you are interested in learning how to just upgrade your equipment, upgrade your quality of stream, or upgrade the quality of game that you are live playing with your group online right now during quarantine, you've come to the right place. So, first off, let me address the ears. We hit a sub goal in December, and as such, I have to wear this video. So I hope you enjoy the fluffy little bunny cat ears. I don't know. I just purchased the ones that the players asked me to do, but yeah, just deal with it. This is not a regular thing. It might be in the future if I get enough comments down below about everybody liking it, which does remind me, if you do like this, then maybe you should like, comment, and subscribe, and show me how much that you really enjoy this. Your voice matters here. But without further ado, let's get to it. The very first thing that you're going to want to do when you start live streaming is get yourself set up with a camera. Now, I know not everybody likes to use cameras and not everybody likes to show off their face, but I am a very firm believer that cameras make all of the difference. There was a point in time when I would always use my chibi. Now, you can see it down below inside of my closed captions, and don't worry, I'll explain to you all how to set up closed captions as well so that you can make your games more accessible to everybody and have them be constructed with, I think, 90% accuracy live as you're playing. But yeah, I've tried using the chibi, and it did not do very much for me. People like seeing your face, seeing your emotion, and getting attached to that. So, as such, I'm going to show you the best and budget way to set yourself up with that. So, the first thing you want to do, if you don't already have a webcam, and a real webcam, not one that just comes with the laptop that you'll be streaming on, then don't worry. You actually don't have to spend any money to get that type of quality. You have a fantastic webcam that sits right inside of your pocket at all times. It's called a smartphone. Now, there's a handful of apps out there, mostly for iOS, that you could utilize in order to broadcast your face using your phone to Streamlabs or OBS, though I highly recommend you use OBS. I know it's hypocritical of me. I use Streamlabs, but OBS is a much better beginner program, and if you start learning how to use that one, which is only slightly different from Streamlabs, is going to make your quality so much better in the long run and so much easier to not have to adapt into everything that you do. But yeah, your smartphone is a fantastic camera. A lot of people with iPhones in particular, if you have the i7, one of those iPhones and above, you actually have a better webcam in your pocket than most people can afford for less than $300 to purchase for your computer. All you really need to do is set yourself up with a charging station, a selfie stick, or a stand to place onto your desk and have that positioned towards you the entire time. However, if you are like me and you refuse to purchase anything Apple related, then don't worry. I have a solution for you as well, but it only works for people who are streaming tabletop games, because otherwise I would not recommend this quality at all. So, one thing you're going to do is get Zoom. I recommend the Pro account if you plan on live streaming more than a couple of hours at a time without a consistent break at the 1 hour mark. Without the Pro account, it's going to kick you off halfway through, and that just becomes really inconvenient. So for $15 a month, it gives you that consistency and a good place for you to run your game with everybody else who's going to be at your table, metaphorically speaking. So if you are interested in setting that up, you can just go over to zoom.cc, get yourself set up over there, and walk through everything. It's a safe website. It's a consistent website. Everybody's been using it. It's in 2020. If you don't know about Zoom by now, I guess you live under a rock. Which, I mean, by all means, I would love to live under a rock sometime. So that's fine. But yes, get yourself hooked up with Zoom. Next, you're going to have to get yourself Zoom downloaded on your phone, as well as getting the Zoom app downloaded on your computer. Now, Zoom is compatible with iOS and with PC, so you'll be perfectly fine no matter what you end up using. Once you have both of them on that, you just sign into your Pro account with your PC version, and then you send the invite to yourself somewhere privately. You can post it in a Discord. I highly recommend you get yourself a Discord server. By now, it's the easiest form of communication for people that you get to choose who can join your community. Speaking of which, if you are interested in joining our community and playing in any of my professional games, be sure to reach out and let me know. We do have open slots available. They open and close very rapidly, and we might be getting some more professional Dungeon Masters here in the near future. So yes, you get yourself set up with all of that, and as soon as you send that over, you'll be able to see your display set up on 2 different locations, and then, well, why don't I just show you exactly what you need to do. Once you have Zoom opened on both your phone and your PC, you will want to open up OBS. Now, you may notice a slight delay between my video and audio right now. That's because I am capturing OBS using Streamlabs OBS, and although Streamlabs looks prettier, it does not give me the option to delay my audio capture like original OBS does. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is to add a window capture. You can do that by clicking this little plus sign down here. And as you can see, there are many different capture sources that you can go for. Keep in mind, we are looking for window capture. Name it whatever you would like. I'm just going to call this Zoom Meeting and hit OK. Now, as you see, it pops up with one of the first things you can do. Hey, look at that. There's the script I kind of wrote myself as a lead along. But anyways, you're going to want to go over here and capture this one. Make sure the capture method is set to automatic. And to make sure that there's never any mistakes with anything happening, you might want to set it to match title, otherwise find window of same type. That way, if you accidentally close out this window, you'll still be fine with everything else that happens. Go ahead and click OK. Now, first off, this doesn't look too bad. It's on the larger display right here. And hey, look, I'm right next to myself. So let me move myself down a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. There we go. And you're going to want to crop. So in order to crop this, you want to hold down Alt on your keyboard, click this little thing right here, and slide it on in. See, that easy. And you do that for each of the sides so that you can crop out specifically what you want to be capturing from this area. And boom, as easy as that. This is a perfectly free, though it only lasts for 1 hour, option for you to utilize for all of your live streams with a better video and hopefully better audio quality as well. Next, you're going to want to set up a short delay for your audio so that it can sync up with your video just a little bit better. As you can see, these 2 displays have even a slight desync between them. And audio is going to be even worse with all of that. I mean, I'm sure you can tell that this is lagging behind by close to 2 or 3 seconds. So what you're going to want to do is go over to this cog right down here, click on it, and go to your advanced audio properties. Over here, you'll see the sync offset. This will be adding in a delay for you. So what you're going to want to do is tinker around with what you want the number to be on this display. It's going to take a long process to be able to sit down, test it, record yourself, test it again, record yourself, and trying to find that perfect number so that you can get rid of this atrocious looking desync, as audio is by far the most important quality when it comes to games such as ours in general. I find that 100 milliseconds or to 1,000 milliseconds can be exactly what you want if you have really good high-speed internet, and if you are falling behind in the times and you have a little bit less quality internet, you're probably going to want to go closer to 2,000 milliseconds, maybe even higher than that. But test it out and see what happens after you figure it all out. So that is how you set up your live stream with a free webcam that you should already have inside of your pocket. Now, I do still recommend that you keep your eyes out on the market for any webcams that might be worth it in the near future. The Brioche is a very good one right now, made by Logitech, though it's hard to find one for less than $250. And personally, if I was starting out in 2021, I don't think I would waste my money on that when I have a perfectly good smartphone here in my pocket. The only things that you need to maintain and keep track of is to be sure that it never overheats and that it is always constantly charging. So give yourself an extended charging cable, connect it to your computer, maybe buy yourself one of those standing USB adapting fans that can just keep firing up underneath it. And actually, I highly recommend that you get one of those. I currently use one with my setup, and I have a professional camera. It is fantastic for making sure that it never overheats because I don't know if you noticed it or not, but technology is kind of hot. But yes, if you are trying to do all of that, it would be perfectly fine. Highly recommend you get a fan. You can find one on Amazon or in any shop for like $10 at most. Between that, getting yourself a stand, maybe having to get a software if you are using the iPhone version, you want to have that better quality and not have to keep everything bugging down your Wi-Fi. You're looking at total spending of about $30 at this point, which, in my opinion, $30 for a decent display that will be leagues above most individuals inside of the tabletop scene. I think that is fantastic. Now, be sure to look out for our next video where we are going to be talking about audio, which is by far the most important aspect of live streaming in general. So, if you enjoy this content, remember, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next time. Take care.